Welcome back, everybody, to Guber Talks. My name is Justin.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Tom.
I was say we have a special guest today,
Hello.
and it's what's your name again, sir?
It's Tom.
It's Tom. What's your last name, Tom?
Tom Walseth.
Okay, nice to meet you, Tom. Tom is a native from Minnesota and one of my best friends. So now he's down here, ready for a podcast.
Nice.
We're gonna talk about sexual positions today.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah, you sure?
I forgot the Kama Sutra.
Oh darn!
I was gonna bring it.
I say
I have a few copies.
Oh, okay.
Good.
We can run through it.
As I say, we did an episode on dating sites, and we never talked about Grindr, so I thought I'd bring in the expert of Grindr himself, Tom.
Yeah, I've been using it for a long time.
Yeah. What do you recommend about it?
I can't even make anything up. I don't know what it is, to be completely honest.
It's a site.
I know what it is.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how it works. Is it
No.
like Tinder?
I think so.
I legitimately thought you were using this. I'm like, all right, here we go.
No.
Like, ready to go. Yeah, like this is actually our first time meeting, really.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
anything you say, I'm gonna believe it.
Yep.
I'm very facetious.
All
So
right.
Yep. He goes along with it.
Yeah.
Tom knows what's up. So, yeah, this is the first time that Gavin and Tom have met besides on PlayStation Network.
Yep.
We all played
Yeah.
Apex,
Mm-hmm.
which was a good time.
Did we win? I don't remember.
I doubt
I
it.
don't. Wait, we might have.
I think
We did once.
Yeah.
That's
maybe.
one game where I surprisingly have won
Mhm.
more often than like any other game.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just the like frequency that I play,
Yeah.
but like I'll play something like Call of Duty or Battlefield or Battlefront or something like
Yeah.
that, and just completely get wiped. And then I play that, and I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
my team won,
It's so good.
and I actually did well.
Yeah. We got Call of Duty this
Yeah.
weekend.
How's that?
Like, what are your views?
It's
Tom?
pretty good. It reminds me a lot of like the Modern Warfare 2 kind of COD 4-esque.
This is
Games.
a remaster or remake.
It's like a reboot.
It's like a
sequel. I don't know.
reboot. Yeah, it would be a good.
Okay.
But yeah, it's fun. It reminds me a lot of like Call of Duty with my friends in high school. So it's got nice nostalgia.
The good old Xbox Live message days.
Mm-hmm.
We were just looking at a couple of tweets. What was it again? Like the guy was like, this guy sent another kid a message, and he's like, "Hey kid, you're just jealous because I can do more in my guitar hand than you can do in your whole entire life."
What does that even mean?
And then he started playing down, ding, 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 ding,
He
ding.
busted out the guitar riff. He like got it all set up to send this kid an Xbox message.
Those are the good old days.
Like those people like Guitar Center that sit down with a guitar and play the same riff just
Yep.
over and over again on different guitars.
Yep.
Play Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah. It's like our old friend, who I won't say his name, but the person that we were talking about last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, we've been playing that all weekend. We were kind of bums.
Yeah,
Which
it was
was-
fun though.
Yeah, we just drank some beer and had some pizza. It was
Nice.
pretty good time. I really enjoyed it a lot so far, honestly.
Oh, Call of Duty.
Yeah, when was the last one that I got? It was the last Call of Duty you got, which was back in 2015.
Battlefield or Black Ops 3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was the last actual Call of Duty game I've had
Okay.
since then.
Yeah, I haven't played a Call of Duty in a long time. Like I played Call of Duty 3
Mm-hmm.
back when that came out. Like that was my first like Xbox 360 game, and that was actually the first game I ever played on like Xbox Live.
Yeah.
So that is a special place. But yeah, after that I went to Modern Warfare 2 and then Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
I don't know which order they were in, but those two games, and then that was like the last Call of Duty I played.
Yeah, they got so like futuristic and like jetpacks and
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
tried.
Yeah.
It's like Grand Theft Auto now, where it's just they just throw whatever they
Just
can
like,
in there.
They're
whatever.
like, there you go. But I like it. It's very smooth, and actually the servers aren't that bad.
Yeah, we couldn't get on the first day or the night it came out, but
Yeah, that's
they've
right.
been good since.
That's
so.
very. But I think I'm actually gonna play the campaign because I haven't actually played a Call of Duty campaign in a while. 'Cause the last couple games I didn't even touch the campaign. I just played multiplayer. So
That seems to be how it goes with Call of Duty games and
definitely.
Battlefield and all that.
Yeah, you don't really get them for the campaign.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like they'll have a campaign, but it seems like they have a campaign just so they can ship it out saying you don't need, like,
Yeah.
Xbox Live isn't required.
I think that's
Yeah.
probably it.
Yeah. Also, it's a beautiful day.
It really is,
It's
yeah.
so
Yeah.
nice today.
Yeah.
I took the trash out, and I'm just like, I just want to stay out here now.
I want to hang out with the trash.
Sit by the trash can for
It's like the stereotypical like perfect fall day. It's sunny.
It's
just
I
like
think it's a little warmer than
Yeah.
most fall.
It's warm. It's not rainy.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's been raining
it's
for
perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect weather.
years, it feels like.
It's gonna rain tomorrow too.
Yeah.
Great. They said snow.
I think
Apparently.
it's supposed to snow on Halloween or trick or treat night.
Tuesday there was
Jeez.
a chance. It's like Tuesday through Thursday.
Yeah.
There's a chance, but
I'm good. I'm not ready for that.
No.
Which, speaking of, it's Halloween week.
Yeah.
It's my favorite holiday. What about you, Tom? Tom, what is your favorite holiday?
it's got to be Christmas. I
Christmas?
think. Yeah.
I'll just wait till Christmas, man. We're gonna have so many Christmas episodes.
There's not really many Christmas like
Things.
games out there
No.
that we could. I take that back. I'm sure there are a lot.
Yeah.
that we could find, but
I'll just say.
You could probably find a lot.
I think I was on like the PlayStation store. I don't know if I sent you the snap, but there was like a Jesus game. I don't think it was like $20 or $30. And I was very tempted to be like,
Jesus.
we should do this. Yeah, literally. I was like, we should do this, Gavin.
You play as Jesus or
Yep,
like
we'll release it on Christmas.
Nice.
But no, it's Halloween. I love Halloween quite a bit. I've said that a lot on this podcast. But with that being said, you said last week or the week before you watched it, right?
The first or the yes,
Most recent.
the remake of the first one.
Yeah.
Not it chapter 2 and not the old one.
So you're not a big fan of horror films, correct? Like
not like the slasher or like the super gory ones.
I'm not either.
Yeah.
what kind do you like, I guess?
I like
Or-
the like suspense and like psychological thriller type of
Yeah.
horror.
Yeah.
Like I on whatever the streaming services right now, some of them are showing off Shutter Island. It's like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where it's like super like mysterious, but it's got some horror like aspects to it. Although
more
it's not
thriller.
Yeah,
Thriller movies.
that's kind of stuff I like.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. Like I hate, the jump scare slasher
Yeah.
movies, but Shutter Island's great. I felt like it was kind of in that same vein.
Yeah,
of-
up until like the last scene, like that last fight
Yeah.
scene.
Mhm.
It was more kind of psychological
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
creepy more than scary.
Right.
It was more like, I always say it's like a mix of like the OG It and like Goonies.
Okay.
It has like a Goonies feel to
Yeah.
it. It's a very like up and coming like
It Stand By Me would be
Yeah,
another one.
that's a good
but
one, too.
I mean, he wrote that too.
yeah,
so
Stephen
it
King.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Same kind of style. But did you like it overall?
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
I like Pennywise a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He's creepy as shit.
Yeah, I like the new design
Yeah.
over the
old one?
The old ones more.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creepiest part I found was like early on when we first see him, and it's like his eyes are slightly kind of off.
Yeah, and
A little bit like he's got a lazy eye, but it's only in certain shots. Like
Yep.
it'll show him, and then it'll go back to whoever that initial kid is with the yellow raincoat,
Yep.
and then it goes back, and his eyes are normal. So
Right.
it's just like back and forth.
the actor's actually doing that. Like,
Yeah.
he can actually do
Yeah.
that.
He's a creepy guy,
yeah.
like creepy.
He's cool.
Yeah, he was also in this Hulu show.
Yeah, wasn't that
Castle
also
Rock. It's Stephen King.
Stephen
yeah.
King? Yeah, I think
That was pretty good, but yeah, he plays not to spoil anything, like the Satan character. So
It's really loud.
That
I'm
is
just gonna
loud.
take
Yeah.
this part off.
Yeah, he apparently they kept the kids away from him in costume and stuff and didn't let them see, so like all their reactions were
Yeah.
genuine.
It was the house scene when he comes out of like that refrigerator
oh yeah,
and they all come in. That's their first scene together.
oh wow.
Yeah.
I looked up like not the behind the scenes, but just the trivia or whatever
Yeah.
for that, and I guess it obviously isn't him doing that weird contortion thing,
Definitely.
but I guess part of it is like
Yep.
there's like part of his body that's on strings that are like ropes that are being pulled out of the fridge in those certain ways, but
Yep.
then the rest is CG. Because I was just like wondering, I'm like, how'd they do that
Yeah.
without making it like super fake? And
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a healthy mix of like good writing, horror, and like just like I don't know if it's like a feel good movie because there's moments. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because there's a lot of like a themes of like friendship and stuff like that. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, but
I
don't know.
I'm just my overall view on it is it's just a good mixture of things. It's not just like a straight horror film. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like a lot of films nowadays.
which there's calm moments in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say I think that's just good pacing. I think that's what I'm trying to get at. I agree with you, Tom, when it comes to like those like jump scare based movies, which are like most of these like Halloween time cash grab films, like the 15,000 Annabelle movies that come out, or Conjuring,
paranormal activity.
yeah. Which I actually heard the second Annabelle is actually really good. I want to actually watch that one. But I watched the first Annabelle, and it was just boring.
Hmm.
Not a lot happens, and there's literally a bunch of just jump scares of like not even like the doll doing shit. It's just people like like a kid comes out of nowhere, or like somebody runs into a door, a phone call at this random ass time, and it's like spooky everyday things.
Yeah.
Have you seen the first Blair Witch Project?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That one missed me because I saw that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And because like my sister
Yeah.
showed it wasn't even around Halloween. It's just my sister was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you want to watch this?" I'm like, "Sure," and I watched it. I'm like, "Oh no, like this was a mistake."
Yeah.
I think I saw that in 6th grade.
Yeah,
It
it was a while ago.
terrified me.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it's something with that like handheld camera, realistic shot style that it really does something to you.
And it was like kind of like it's the first of its kind in a way when it came to like horror, and then that's the same thing with like Cloverfield, because the Cloverfield tried to do the same thing but in a different like
Cloverfield's
genre.
terrible though.
The first one?
It was so bad.
I haven't seen the first. I saw the one with John Goodman.
I heard that one's really good.
It is. It's pretty good.
Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah, or
whatever it's
10 something like that. Yeah, that one was pretty good because that was like a thriller more than a horror. And I liked it up till the end. I don't know if either of you have seen it.
Yeah.
So yeah, like the end. I mean, it's a few years old, so spoiler. The monster comes out, but throughout the movie, there's no mention of that monster or anything like that. It's like John Goodman's like the bag.
Have you seen the new one on Netflix?
Cloverfield?
I heard it's horrible.
I didn't even know there was a new one.
Bad.
The Paradox, I think it's called.
It's
Oh,
not
okay.
good.
No, I haven't seen that.
No, it's trash. I couldn't finish it, and then I just watched somebody do a review on it because I said how bad it was.
Yeah.
And then like, it had to do with like dimensions and weird stuff, and them having to go into like a wormhole of some sort.
They
of course,
had
strange.
a lot of marketing for it. I remember like didn't it premiere on like
it dropped
Super Bowl? Like what was it?
It was the Super Bowl night.
Yeah,
and they dropped an ad like, "Oh, it's premiering tonight
on Netflix."
Oh,
right
I
now.
do remember that. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, that's cool," because I was like, they didn't know they were coming out with it, because with Cloverfield, and I think 10 Cloverfield Lane, that was like a very hush hush movie until like maybe a couple weeks before it came out. They're like, "Oh yeah, we're making a Cloverfield movie again," and J.J. Abrams, I don't know if he produced it or whatever. I know it's Bad Robot.
Yeah.
Because he did the first one. I don't know, or produced it. I think he produced it. I'm not 100% sure. But I thought it was really cool, and it did give a lot of hype. And so I started watching it that night, right when it like dropped, and I fell asleep. It was so boring. Which I don't usually fall asleep for films.
Yeah.
Like I usually stay up and watch all of it, or I just turn it off. But I passed out.
Yeah.
It wasn't even interesting at all. It's just really boring and slow, and of course at the end they have to like tie in the monster, because I watched the review like I said, and they're showing like the last clip, and like the last clip apparently just shows like the monster coming out.
Yeah.
And it's like fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Well, like back to what you were saying, they don't show the monster through the whole thing. That's kind of like the Blair Witch.
Yeah.
That's why it was so scary to me, because you never see her.
Yeah.
But you know, and it's like in the woods at night. Like something about that is just terrifying to me.
There's a few scenes that always stick out in my mind.
I haven't seen it in forever. Besides, the only like number one thing or two things I would always think about that film is like the ending where like the camera drops and you can see that person
see Brad or whatever standing in the corner.
in the corner.
Yeah.
And then the part where I think she finds like somebody's tongue or something.
Yeah, so she finds his like flannel shirt wrapped up or something. She
Yeah.
opens it up and it's like his tongue and I think teeth or something, maybe just the tongue.
Somewhere like that.
But the other bit that always got me, and I like thinking back, it's very obvious how they filmed it or whatever, but it's when they're in the tent talking and all of a sudden a bunch of little kid hands start slapping on the tent and they rush out and there's nobody there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that. I remember when I first saw that, I'm like, that was super weird. I'm like, how did they do that? That's like, oh, they just cut it when they But yeah, that movie was pretty good. I haven't watched it since I've first seen it, so I don't know if it holds up, but I
I've
imagine
seen it 2 times.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And then I know there was a second one, and I think that one kind of tanked because
I think it did.
yeah
Well,
I think
that
they
one
tried-
was more recent, right? Like
Yeah.
few years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like
there was a big gap between the two, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that second one, it was supposed to look realistic, but it was supposed to be like I don't know about a documentary of the first one, but it was supposed to tie into that first one.
Yeah.
and people
When
just
did
didn't.
that come out?
It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
I heard it wasn't good.
No,
I remember
no.
that because I was like, I might go see that because like I thought the first film was really interesting.
It kind of looked to me like a straight to DVD, like
Yeah.
you know.
That's the thing. Like, there's a lot of horror out there that it's just shit and like it's a cash grab.
Oh yeah,
and they'll go straight to DVD kind of style. But
yeah, and it's one of the easier like movies to make because you just need some good costume and makeup and that, and then you just shoot at night and you're good to go.
I saw just loud noises and jump scares. And
I saw the new Child's Play recently because of that Redbox. I was like, that's a buck. I'll check it out. Actually, it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
it was Mark Hamill did the Chucky voice, which was weird. Which I couldn't hear it sometimes. Like there were sometimes I'm like, I can't really tell if it's Mark Hamill. But then like there's a couple lines like, okay, it sounds like Joker.
Yeah, he does a good Joker.
He's the best Joker.
I'm betting I haven't seen it, but I'm betting at some point or some parts of it they probably like produced his voice a little bit, just to make it more
he's getting old.
Toy like.
Yeah,
it's sad how old he is. Well, like anybody, like him and I guess
60s or 70s.
They're in their 60s.
Yeah. Well,
But
Harrison Ford's older. Harrison Ford's like
he's
80.
really old.
You can tell he's aging.
And he's
hanging on by a thread.
He's doing another damn Indiana Jones film.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm like,
isn't it like he said they can't do it unless he's in it or something like that? I don't know.
There's a lot of talks of like people wanting to get Chris Pratt to do it.
Why?
Because they try.
Chris Pratt doesn't need to be in all these remakes.
They try making him like the new Harrison Ford. I
well,
don't know why.
The last Indiana Jones movie, everyone thought that they were gonna have Shia LaBeouf take that mantle because he was in it. Like that movie was bad.
It was.
But
have you seen it, Tom?
Crystal Skulls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It was bad.
Aliens.
But I will say it wasn't bad because of the characters. It was the writing and then just the entire premise.
Why?
Yeah.
But was it? Are they all written by the same person? I'm assuming not. I don't know.
I think so. It's Lucas, isn't it?
It's Spielberg.
Oh yeah.
This is the first film of Spielberg and Lucas did it. I think Lucasfilm was the company.
I thought they did it before too.
I don't think so. I thought Lucasfilm was the company that produced them. But I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest Indiana Jones fan.
Like I really like the first three.
Yeah.
I don't know who was like aliens. Like I don't know why that was.
Well, yeah, I mean because like even Raiders of the Lost Ark and all that, it's like they all kind of had that sort of
like
supernatural element to it, but it wasn't to the extent where it was just actual aliens coming down.
I rewatched Temple of Doom when I was in Minnesota, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I hate that film. It's not good.
Oh,
because like the girl is, I don't know her name because she's just so fucking annoying the whole time. She's like Andy all the time, and then what a riffraff. I don't know his fucking name. The little Asian kid.
Oh yeah, it's not riffraff.
Short
round. Yeah.
Mr.
Riffraff. Literally, Mr. Jones and Andy every 5 seconds of that film, and I'm not about it. It's weird because what's the first? It's Raiders the first one, and that's just like iconic film.
Yeah,
and then the second one's not as good, and then Last Crusade's really good.
I like that.
So like 1 and 3, it's like I feel like I don't know if it's like odd numbered Indiana Jones films are good.
So maybe this next one will be fantastic.
Really good.
We'll see.
Harrison Ford in a wheelchair, rolling around.
I mean, even in Crystal Skull when he was doing stunts, quote unquote, it's like you could tell that he was just kind of shuffling along, and then they cut to someone else running.
You guys don't like Crystal Skull? It's how can you not like Shia LaBeouf swinging with monkeys?
Really bad CGI monkeys.
That looks bad. Like that's like prequel Star Wars bad CGI.
It's a prequel Star Wars special edition.
Yep.
Yeah, when they added more.
And why did it have to be snakes?
Just randomly. Thankfully, they don't go back and do. And do those to the old trilogy for Indiana Jones. They try to fucking.
Oh, Indiana Jones. I thought you were gonna say Star Wars. I'm like, they did.
No.
They did.
There's talks of them re-releasing those, like the original cuts. But apparently,
I mean, they already did. So they had the OG ones, obviously, and then they did those special edition where they added stupid stuff for no reason, and then they came out with the original again on like I don't even know if it was Blu-ray, maybe it was just DVD, but they came out with those again. I think
it was Laserdisc, so it was in between DVD and Blu-ray, which was. But Lucas, when he sold the rights to Disney, that's one of the things apparently is that they're like, and Fox had another thing because it was technically. 20th Century Fox that had some. It's a weird contract thing with the old OG films.
Yeah,
but Lucas specifically said don't re-release the original cuts and all that stuff. That and like the Christmas special, they tried brushing under the rug because have you seen the Christmas special?
Of what?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
What?
So it's oof. So after the original New Hope, they're like, let's do this straight to like TV special, Christmas special, and it is the worst fucking thing. It's bad, but it's so bad.
Where can I see it?
You have to
Might
like
be able to find it on YouTube, like clips of it.
you can find clips of it, but like, which I wouldn't advise watching the whole thing because it's boring.
Yeah.
Granted, that's the first appearance of Boba Fett. There was like an animated short during it, because like the whole point of it is that Chewie's trying to get back to Kashyyyk, to like the Wookiee planet, and he's trying to make it back for their holiday, which is like I think like Light Day or something stupid like that. So like there's this whole time it's like centered around Chewie's son, and like he's like watching all this like television shit specials. Like there's some like weird like over sexualized stuff in there too.
Is it canon?
Probably,
Technically, it's canon.
Can we get a standalone Chewbacca's son?
They had a book
Disney movie.
So like with Disney's new deal with Star Wars or whatever, not ever since they started releasing all those books and comics, I think his son made an appearance in one of the books. So that technically means, in the same name, I think his name is Lumpy. I'm not joking. But Lumpy, if I'm correct.
Just call him Lumpy or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know fucking know. But he's in the books, and I think a lot of people say it's technically canon, so that's
weird.
awesome. Yeah. But why it's so bad, it's just it's awfully written, and then obviously all of like the actors, like I think Mark Hamill had some accident after A New Hope, so he had like bleach blonde hair in a lot of the reshoots, and then at the end Carrie Fisher sings a song about Light Day with Harrison Ford in the background just like not having it, and then like most of the shots are from shots from the movie, so they just put it in a lot of like scenes and like I think they tried dubbing over it. It's really bad. Long story short.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, check it out for your Christmas special time for Light Day. But back to horror films. So you were talking about Blair Witch.
Yeah.
Is there any films, Tom, that kind of creeped you out or freaked you out growing up, or anything you find scary?
There's what is that movie called? It's a movie. I always think Insidious, but it's not. Sinister. Have you seen that?
I don't think so. I know what it is.
So yeah,
Is it the guy with like that weird?
He has just a fucked up face.
Yeah.
But
no,
they
it's
move
very specific.
Yeah, it's Ethan Hawke. I think,
yes.
isn't it? But they move into this house and like all this weird stuff starts happening, and like there's a part where he looks at this picture, and then
the guy appears, right? Like
he's in the picture in the bush looking out, and then Ethan Hawke like looks away, and then the like face moves like slightly in the bush, and it's scary. I don't know.
That's a creepy one, because don't they, spoiler alerts, don't they all die? Like
they
the
all
kids
die. The ending's really stupid. They get fed up because they're super scared because the house is spooky.
Yeah.
And then they move, and it turns out the curse kills all the people that once lived there, and when they move away, they die. The kids go possessed, and then like
kill them, right?
Axe murder.
I remember that.
Yeah.
That's so strange.
That movie, it was scary. Insidious was also scary. Where the little kids running around the house and the Tiny Tim song, the Tiptoe Through the Tulips is going.
And I think the one scene in that movie that like fucking scared me was the devil face one, when they're in like they're just chilling in like the like dining room, and they're trying to like I think they're like some priest or someone trying to get the kid to like get all the demons out or whatever, and then like just turn over and there's just like this red big fucking face looking at him, and that scared the shit out of me. But I think with those Insidious movies, there's a shit ton. First off,
yeah, there's like a bunch. I've only never seen the first.
They made a film based on the grandma from that, like the priest lady, because apparently she's like a demon fighter of sorts. And
isn't there one where they like go into another realm or something?
That's the second one.
The dream realm or some shit.
It's weird, man. Speaking of weird, Nightmare on Elm Street was always one of those films growing up that scared the shit out of me, because like it's not like Freddy's creepy as fuck. Let's be real. But the fact that like when I was a kid and I'd watch it and then I go to bed, I'm like, I'm gonna get fucking killed in my dream, and that's terrifying to me.
That's a very unique
idea.
Concept, and I actually haven't ever seen any of the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Watch the first one. It's Wes Craven created, which Wes Craven's a big horror boy, horror boys, And then there's like 8 of them that are awful.
Okay.
Every single one's bad.
Well, that's like Friday the 13th. I've seen the first one, but then there's like all those remakes with the where he gets his mask taken off or whatever. Yeah. He has like the fucked up, deformed ogre face.
Yep. Which we did a video on that. That was fun.
We did. Came out.
Oh, the game
came out a month ago. Because we did it on the 13th, but there was no Friday the 13th in October, so we had a month early.
Yep.
I heard good things about that game.
It was okay. I think we needed to like play it a little bit more and figure out the fucking controls, because Gavin and I are having a hard time figuring out what the hell to do.
Yeah, we would just like hop through windows and not know what's going on.
Yeah, it was funny though. But like there'd be some times where I'm just like, okay, there's nothing going on. We're just sitting here doing nothing.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Something? Oh, I was just gonna slightly change topics, so finish with.
Okay. Anywho, Nightmare on Elm Street, they're all bad.
Yeah.
First one's really good. And then they made a new one with the guy who played Rorschach in Watchmen.
Oh, okay.
The redheaded guy?
Yeah. Which was weird. It wasn't good. Long story short.
But they made a Friday the 13th with him? Or Nightmare? Oh, okay.
Nightmare.
Okay.
Yeah. Friday the 13th.
I was going to say, he's not big enough to be Jason.
Yeah. I don't know if they made another Friday the 13th recently. I feel like they keep rebooting everything.
I want to say the last one they did was Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah. There was a Michael Bay one before that, which was on TV like maybe a month or 2 ago. Like, actually, it was on Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, I was going to go, because I think it was on a Friday, obviously. But, like, I think I went to go hang out with some people that night. And beforehand, I just sat home. I was like, I'm just going to watch it and see if it's on. But they had that one, and it's really bad. Obviously, because it's Michael Bay, and you can tell it's a Michael Bay film. Because
there's explosions everywhere.
That, it's just like, everyone has, like, looks like they have bronzer on. I don't know if Michael Bay just likes to, like, slather people up in, like, tanning lotion or something like that. Probably. But they always look like fake tan.
He kind of looks like a guy who would tan, like go to a tanning bed.
Yeah.
So I'd believe it.
But he's pasty white, so. What are we going to say, Gavin? What's next, Gavin?
Since we're on the topic of older movies,
yes.
I was going to ask if you guys ever watch, like, the classic horror movies. So, like, Psycho from 1960.
Yep.
Night of the Living Dead, Poltergeist, any of those?
I've seen Poltergeist and Psycho.
Okay.
Does The Shining count?
Yeah.
It's a classic film.
Yeah.
Like, what was that, in the 70s, 80s?
80s, I want to say.
Yeah.
I'm looking. I want to say it's like 82, but...
Yeah. I would say late 70s, early 80s.
The Birds.
Yeah. It was, 1980 even. So
darn.
Yep.
It's close. I'm trying to think, like, what other films?
I was just wondering if you have ever seen any of those, like, classic horror, the stuff that started, because, like, even if you go way back into, like, Frankenstein and, like, Nosferatu and stuff.
Black Lagoon.
Yeah, and I mean, technically even Godzilla could be that kind of monster horror, but that's a little different genre. But yeah, like, when you guys came over, I was watching Night of the Living Dead.
That's what it was?
Yeah, that's like kind of the OG zombie movie. And he had 2 after that, and then, whatever else. But yeah, that's kind of what started, like, the slow moving zombie.
Yeah, I remember Night of the Living Dead growing up, because I had, like, I don't know if it was like in middle school or high school, but there was like a huge, like, zombie phase, which it's kind of died out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, I feel like there was always, like, zombie films, like Zombieland, Walking Dead was just starting around that time.
There was that one, Cold Body. Is that what it's called?
Is that the one where the kid? It's about a zombie.
Yeah. And he turns into a human, I guess. But yeah,
spoilers.
I mean,
someone's like, "Damn it!"
Yeah, like there was just a big zombie, and then there were like some that was also when. I don't know if it's 28 Days Later, but like that series, like there was a ton of movies around that. There was what's the one that was based in Iowa?
The Crazies. I think it was the Crazies.
That was one. There might have been another one.
What? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
but they weren't like zombies. They were just like
crazy people.
Yeah, but
yeah,
for lack of a better term, they're zombies.
Right.
Same thing with, like, there's a ton of movies out there where it's like there's zombies, but they're not actually zombies because they didn't die. They're just infected or whatever. It's like, but it's a zombie movie.
Come technicality.
Yeah.
It falls under the umbrella.
Yeah. I Am Legend, more or less zombies.
Yes, that was technically zombies.
I actually like that movie.
It was good.
I liked it until the dog part.
Yeah,
and then
but
I checked out.
It was a good movie moment. It was just very sad.
Makes me tear up.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a huge zombie phase, and that's like with Left 4 Dead. Granted, Left 4 Dead is one of my favorite games ever made.
Oh yeah,
it's So damn good. Have you played Left 4 Dead?
I've played it, but just like at friends' houses and stuff. It never
might change that today.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
The best thing about Left 4 Dead and the sequel, hopefully they'll make a third, but I doubt it. But is that it's like very quick game. I mean, so each level is broken down into what it looks like a movie. Like it's got a movie poster, and then you have different levels within that movie or within that level.
Mm-hmm.
And you can just play like one level. It takes, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes depending on the difficulty and all that. But yeah, it's like you can just play that and then stop and then come back later and play a different level. Like you don't have to go from point A all the way down to point Z. It's not like
a linear story.
Yeah, it's all just completely set on its own. Cool. And yeah, even like you can just play one chapter if you want, like because each chapter in the level has a different part. There's this one, I think it's the Hard Rain level.
Mm-hmm.
There's a chapter where you're in like a farm, in like a farmhouse. That might be a different level, but that one, like it's like chapter 3 of that level. It's like that one is kind of actually creepy because you're just running around in a big cornfield
and they just fucking sprint at you out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then like or you'll turn and you'll hear like the witch crying and you'll be like looking for her.
That's what always was scary about that game is that you hear the witch crying.
Yeah, they do a really good job with the sound on that.
100%. Which is like because there was like an achievement where you had to like beat the whole game or like the whatever level it is without getting hit by anything, like with a special infected or whatever the fuck they're called, like a boomer or
some of those achievements were stupid, like that.
I did them all.
Yeah, well, like they were definitely fun, but some of them were like crazy.
There was one where it's don't take any damage when you're waiting for the helicopter, and that was the hardest one.
Yeah.
How I did it, we glitched.
There's that glitch, that door glitch. Yep. So it's like there's this glitch where you're on like a rooftop. I'm tangled up. You're on like a rooftop, and if you stand in front of a doorway and have the zombies like try and claw at you, that door will just open for some reason, and then you can go and hide in there, and the zombies won't come in there.
Oh, so you need to shoot out the door.
Yeah. Yep. The one problem though is if the tank does get in there, you're boned because like the tank will somehow be able to glitch its way in there, and then you're just in a confined closet with a tank. It's like that's when you just.
I like how there's like technicalities of where like you can get hit with the boomer bile or stuff,
but
like
not
that.
Like the boomer or the.
Yep, you can get hit with the smoker with the tongue. You can get like attacked by that, but not like hit by them. So you can get like dragged by their tongue.
Yeah.
That was hard. That was a really hard. Like all those achievements. And like the moment after getting those, I was like, I can die happy now.
I think one of my first achievements in that was the crowned one where you have to kill a witch in one shot.
Yeah.
And I just like watched a video on it and I just like went up with a shotgun and I must have just gotten it perfectly the first time because I just pulled the trigger, the witch died, I got the achievement. I'm like, that was easy.
Yeah.
And then I hear other people, it's like, I haven't gotten that one yet. I'm like, just shoot her. It's like, it's not that hard.
I think you can do it like on easy. And let's just go up and pop her right in the face.
Yeah. I think the only difficulty based ones are the ones where it says like beat this level on hard.
Expert.
Yeah.
Yep. It's such a fun game.
Oh yeah, geez, you guys are
hyping it up
good.
for you.
It was good.
You guys are pros.
The second one was fun too. I personally like the first one better, but that might just be a nostalgic thing. But the second one, that one had like more special zombies
and dual wield.
Yeah, and like better levels and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then at one point they had a DLC where you can get all of the maps and the characters from the first game and put it in 2.
Yeah.
So then you can play with anybody.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's a DLC in the second one where you're playing with the characters in the first one, but one of those characters had died, and you find that out in the DLC because you like open a door and that person or that body's just laying there, and you're like, oh no.
Wasn't it Bill?
Yeah,
it was Bill.
Yep. I always played as Bill, so that made me sad.
Spoiler. What?
I always played as Bill in the first one, so that made me sad.
Like,
no,
was it Francis?
Yeah.
Was it the tattooed guy?
Yeah, the like biker guy.
Yeah, and then there's Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe. Bill, Francis, and
I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah,
Lewis.
Yep.
Lewis. Yeah.
Yep.
They're so like generic names that I'm like it's kind of hard to remember them. I don't remember anybody from the second one.
There was Coach.
Their names.
There was
Coach.
I always call him Scooter, and that's not his name because he reminds me of Scooter from Borderlands.
Yeah,
but it's not his name. Ellis, I think is his name.
Ellis.
And then I don't remember the other two.
Yeah, me either.
But yeah, one was like a kind of LA business guy.
Yeah.
And then, I don't remember their names, but either way.
You ever see like Land of the Dead films? By chance? Or like
Never even heard
Day
of
of the Dead? What is it called?
After Day of the Dead, is that?
Day of the Dead. I'm trying to think what movie I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Dawn of the Dead? No, I don't know.
Well, Dawn of the Dead is...
That's what I'm thinking about.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Then yes.
Sorry. Day, night,
yeah.
Dawn.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the George Romero, because there's Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and then there's a third one. What's the name? It's like it's not Day of the Living Dead.
There's like Land.
No, it's not. I'm just gonna look it up
because I know Zack Snyder came out. Was it Zack Snyder that came out and did like the remakes, or it was somebody like that? Might have been Michael Bay. I don't know. Anywho, zombie films. There's a lot of them. There's some good ones. I'm trying to think if there's any good ones recently. The zombie phase.
Zombieland 2 just came out.
I want to see that.
I've heard decent things about it.
Yeah, which I heard that's actually it holds up.
I really like Zombieland 1. So.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm surprised it took so long.
It was interesting because there's not a whole lot of comedies out there in the horror genre. Mm-hmm. That's one of them.
It's a healthy mix.
Yeah. And like, Jesse Eisenberg's perfect because he's just like the spineless like idiot dweeb guy, and then you got Woody Harrelson just being Woody Harrelson. But
just find it out.
Yeah, so it's Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, and then Day of the Dead. The interesting thing I saw was I was reading on, it says, aside from, and we're talking about George A. Romero, it says, aside from this series, his works include The Crazies. There's the 1970 version, which I'm assuming the new one is based on that one, but
it is,
I didn't know that, so that was interesting too.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. Was that one in Iowa too?
Let's find out.
Did they film The Crazies in Iowa? I know it's based in Cedar Rapids.
I think they may have filmed a tad of it, but I highly doubt the bulk of it was.
Working in Cedar Rapids, I can confirm that's pretty accurate.
Good old CR. I remember when they filmed that Children of the Corn film in Iowa. The sci-fi one. So we had a friend from high school. You know what I'm talking about? Who said he was in it?
There were a couple people in it.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about, yeah.
Okay, yeah. He was in it. I never saw the film.
I didn't either.
I
remember seeing like their names in the paper. They're like, blah, blah, blah. And then they had a picture of them in like the makeup. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just never saw it.
Yeah. I've never seen, and I've read the book, but I've never seen any of the
It's not my cup of tea.
Movies.
I've seen bits and pieces and I'm like, meh. I'm trying to think of horror films I hate. I don't like Hostel. I think we said that yesterday.
Yeah, we My Bloody Valentine.
Oh, My Bloody Valentine 3D was not good.
That movie's funny, if anything.
It's awful. I think when I watched it, it wasn't in 3D, but it still had like the wannabe like 3D moments. So like he would get really close to the screen, kind of a thing. I remember when like seeing the commercials for it, they would have him like have his like pickaxe go into the audience, and like all the people in the audience going like, "Whoa!" And it's like, jeez.
One movie that is really bad is the movies that the Grudge is based on.
Yeah.
What's it called? I think they're Korean or Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
They were on Netflix for a while, like way back, and we watched those. But there's like a white ghost and a black ghost, and it's like two separate movies, but the white ghost, for whatever reason, would just always kill somebody holding a basketball. Like every time they would kill him, she just had a basketball, and it never was explained, and they don't ever talk about it.
We should do that.
Those are funny. They're really funny.
Yeah. What about haunted places? Have you guys ever been to like an actual like? There's like Crybaby Bridge kind of a thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Do not.
I think we went there. Is it like a swing bridge somewhere?
Yeah, and then like you put like powder on the back of your car, and apparently like these children push up like there's fingerprints. And
we didn't do that, but we went to some swing bridge that I think somebody said was haunted. I don't know. We stood there for a while and then left, and it was whatever. We went to Gettysburg. We took a family trip and visited Gettysburg. That's like I think the most ghost sightings are reported there in the U.S. But yeah, it was like 100-degree day, and then we were in this spot, and it like all of a sudden got really cold, and like I don't really believe in that kind of stuff, but like I can't really explain that. That was interesting because it was like a summer day in July, and it was like cold.
Religious views like aside, do you guys believe in ghosts? You don't believe in ghosts?
No, I don't.
Really?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's about it. Like, anytime I hear about like ghost sightings or like anything like that, it's like there's
there's usually something.
There's an explanation. It's just the human mind works in a way where if you're more susceptible to believe that stuff, or if you're actively looking for that, you're going to believe it more.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and it's like a fight or flight response. Like if you see something that you're not expecting, it kind of bumps your adrenaline up, and you're like thinking of the worst things that could be happening, and it might be a demon haunting your house, or it might be a draft pushing your curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
The only thing I don't know. I'm weird. I think I feel like there's energy per se. Not like we're all energy bro, but there has to be some, like it's like I forgot, was I playing with you or Rick? I don't remember, but I was playing with someone online, and I was just sitting in my apartment, and how I have those figures in the front?
Oh, that was me. You were like freaking out.
Yeah. One of them just sprung at me. like it could fall. That's fine. But the thing is, it just went at me. Like it was the strangest fucking thing. And like I put it back on, and I was trying to see how it would tip over, and I put it down, and nothing happened. And then it's same thing. I don't know if it's just like the TV stand or whatever, because one day I was watching TV back with Talia, and the TV just fell. Like it was just sitting it was the strangest thing ever, because it just went back out of nowhere. I came up, put the TV back on, and I put it in the same position, and I tried moving it, and like even when I put a lot of pressure on it, it wouldn't move.
Your apartment's slanted.
Maybe.
It very well could be, and it could be were you watching TV at the time?
Yeah.
So it could be whatever was causing, like whatever sound was coming out. It could have been the specific resonance.
That's
of
another
your
thing.
Stand.
It was like the volume was all the way down, or it was muted.
Yeah.
When I was just hanging out.
Still, if it's low enough, and if it resonates like the glass or whatever.
I'm not saying it's ghost, but like I thought it was very interesting situations of both of those times, especially like the mini just flinging itself at me. I was like, okay, that's cool. Granted, it was a ghost. It's a ghost mini, so even better.
Yeah, like I'm not saying that there absolutely is no ghost or any spiritual presences out there, but
I'm agnostic about it.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is like, until the day comes where I have irrefutable evidence that something is happening, I'm just, because it's like, for me, my view is like, if I'm worrying about it, it's just wasting my time.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, it's pseudoscience, so you're never gonna be able to prove or disprove it. Yeah. So it's like, why even try?
But stay the hell away from your little room over here, though.
Oh, that
creepy room.
Oh, yeah, that's haunted.
That's haunted. That's just, someone's going to come looking for their drugs.
We should show Tom that.
It's creepy.
It's creepy. It's weird looking. Yeah. I don't know what happened down there.
I don't know. We'll find out.
We just see a ghost walk by, like, believe it now, bitch?
I got a box. I'm just getting my stuff.
Gotta get out now. So with that being said, with Halloween, did you guys ever go? Obviously, you guys probably went trick-or-treating, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Up. What was like your favorite costume or favorite thing about going trick-or-treating? If you had any.
The favorite thing about trick-or-treating was the costume. I mean, even ever since I was a kid, I've never cared about candy. Like even today. Yeah, like I don't own any candy. Like I need to go buy candy for trick-or-treating. And I went to 2 different places yesterday and forgot both times to get candy. It's like, that's how little I buy it. It wasn't even on my radar when I walked to the store to get that. Like I went into a Hy-Vee. I'm like, I'm gonna get a bag of candy and something else. I walked out with steak. I'm like, great.
That's the way to do it.
You're giving out steaks for Halloween.
Yeah. Cook it up.
What was your favorite costume?
I have to think.
Or one that you could remember. You're like, that's a good costume growing up.
I mean, I was a lot of the classic things, like I was like Spider-Man and stuff like that. I was a Blues Brothers one year when I was little, and I had like this plastic guitar that I carried around. That was fun. I'm trying to think of. I know for like in high school, every year I was just Mario because I bought that costume and then I just had that, and I'm like, I'm just gonna keep wearing this until I can.
It's like a comfortable one, like it's not, you know.
I liked your Rev one when we did that.
Oh yeah, I got there's this drummer for Avenged Sevenfold named the Rev, and he had like tattoos all over. So it's like we had a show, and I like got these big fake like magnet gauges I put in my ears. I like had my sister draw tattoos all over me and stuff like that. I put like these fake sleeves on for tattoos. I went all out.
I was fun. Dexter that year. Yeah, like a little like Dexter, like the serial killer show.
Oh yeah.
So I just thought that was really easy.
I thought you were talking about Dexter's Lab.
Get out of my little laboratory.
Yeah, I don't really like dressing up.
Yeah.
I like candy, honestly, is probably my favorite
part.
Like
the opposite.
Yeah. It also, like going trick-or-treating in Minnesota in late October, you're usually wearing like a coat. So it's like you're just walking around freezing your ass off. But I I was Obi-Wan from the first movie one year I had a little like hook thing that went behind my ear with a little braid.
Oh, nice.
I was about to say that was my favorite costume growing up.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That's what I was. Because that was my first movie I ever went to, was episode 1. So I love that movie. But yeah, otherwise Spider-Man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Batman one year. That's about it.
Yeah. I'm between both of you. I like candy and the costume part. I would always get like a shit ton of candy and I wouldn't eat any of it. That's the one bad thing.
Yeah.
But like I would like pick out exactly what I like the Twizzlers and like fruit stuff. That's always like fruit snacks kind of stuff. That's really good. I'm not a big chocolate person.
So yeah,
that's weird.
I was gonna say if I had to pick any candy, it would be chocolate.
Yeah.
Like Reese's peanut butter cups.
Well,
if I have to choose anything,
different.
that's like my all-time favorite.
That's peanut butter.
Yeah,
peanut butter's
anything
delicious.
with peanut butter is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, just like straight up, just like chocolate like kisses and stuff like that. It's like I'll go for those over Skittles and stuff like that any day.
But I was gonna say my favorite one was the Obi-Wan one growing up because I had like the little tunic looking thing, whatever. And then like I remember the boots
was just went over your shoes.
Went over your shoes. It was like this like fabric,
and they were like super pointy and like triangle. It looked like a N64 game with like
pretty
little
much.
Polygon.
Yep.
But
it was legitimate like that PC episode 1 game. If you I don't know if you ever played that, but
yeah, the like top down angle one that's like impossible.
It's like they copy and pasted that and put it in a costume, and I'd walk around with my lightsaber. Felt like a pimp.
Yeah,
it was great.
I had a lightsaber. Never went as Halloween character.
I just had it.
Yeah, I just bought the toy.
Yeah, that's good
it
stuff.
It was the kind that like folds up into itself. So it's just like the hilt, and then you whip it out, and the saber part comes out.
That always made me so mad. Like, why was there the tube of the colored like saber part that would stick out?
Yeah, I had those ones, and those like the nicer ones because they they actually like light up.
Oh, the ones that just stayed out, you mean?
Well,
it would go all the way down until like there was like this much.
It telescoped, but and that always pissed me off.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Can't you just fold it all the way in?
Yeah,
I don't know.
My cousin I was so jealous he had a Darth Maul one where it's
like
the red with the
2
2 on the end.
Yep.
And I remember one time I went over and I'm like, hey, can I play with this? And he was acting like he had no idea what I was talking about. He's like, what are you talking about? What's saber? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, oh.
I never had that growing up, but I was in high school. Or actually college. They re-released that lightsaber with like all the bunch of toys because they re-released episode 1 in theaters before Disney bought it. And it was like episode 1 but in 3D. Like we're now, like between like 2010 to maybe 2015, there was like a huge like 3D craze. Everyone wanted to keep doing stuff, and they're initially going to release all the Star Wars in 3D, but then they got bought out by Disney, and Disney's like, fuck that, we're just gonna make new movies. But they came out with that lightsaber again, and I bought it as an adult, and I felt great. Where it's at now, I have no idea. It's somewhere.
I might still have mine either in my basement or in my garage if I took it when I moved. Couldn't tell you if I did or not.
It's probably my mom's like basement and stuff. So,
yeah,
Mom, if you're listening and have that lightsaber, please give it back. I need it. But yeah, I also liked watching scary movies growing up, even though I was scared of them. Who'd have thought? It's like when you're sad and you listen to like sad music. It's the same thing. But I remember on Halloween, I would always watch like, well, first off, I love the Goosebumps. Like that TV show growing up was great. And the books. I don't know if you guys watched that.
I never saw the TV series. I've read some of the books.
Yeah,
I remember at our library in elementary school, we had to have a parent sign a permission slip to read the Goosebumps books.
What?
I think I got it, but yeah, it was weird. It's not like they were that crazy.
Yeah. Did you ever have? I think Goosebumps had some of them, but then there were other series with them. The books that was like a choose your own adventure.
Yes.
Yeah. Where you read it and it says, oh, if you want to talk to this person, go to page 8, and you do that, and it's like, oh, you died. It's like, no, go back.
That wasn't me. Yeah. It's essentially like that Too Human kind of game, or Until Dawn. Like that.
Too Human.
Or not Too Human.
Detroit.
Oh, Become
Detroit.
Human. Okay,
Become Human. Sorry.
I was gonna say Too Human's a totally different game.
What's that one?
That one's like a cyber Greek Norse mythology mixture.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
It's a very interesting game.
It's different. Yep.
Yeah. I don't think I know that one.
I have. It's fun. I wanted to do like a video on that because that's the game that shut down a company because of copyright things, and it was a whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, remember the Goosebumps books were right by the Animorph books.
Yep,
do you remember those? Those were
I was just
ridiculous.
looking at the covers.
Yeah, they were so ridiculous.
There's a shit ton of those books, weren't there?
Yeah.
Wasn't like a continuing story of sorts.
I don't
remember what they were even about. But the animals they picked to morph into were ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was like a
zebra.
starfish.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just like random. Like nobody chose like a lion or an eagle or something.
yeah. No. It's starfish.
Fuck that. And then I'd always watch like my brother play scary games, like Resident Evil growing up. Was a big game. I know we did it. Which after us doing that video, I was like, "Ooh, this is really slow."
Yeah, those old games playing now are very slow. The remake of Resident Evil was fun.
Yeah,
the one that just came out last year or 2 years ago.
I want to play that still.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good. It's spooky.
Silent Hill was also one growing up.
Yeah, I haven't really. I never was into those. I haven't played any of the Resident Evils.
Yeah, they're good.
The following for Silent Hill is unreal. Like what's it, PT or whatever. People are like still butthurt about that.
Yeah,
but
do you know what that is, Gavin?
I know PT. I didn't know that was related to Silent Hill.
Yeah, it is. Okay, that's what they codenamed it, I think, because it was in production with Guillermo del Toro and Kojima.
Oh, okay.
And I never watched any gameplay of it because apparently people say it's like the scariest thing ever. And then I watched. There's this YouTube video called Girlfriend Reviews, and they did like a bunch of like scary games for this season. And they did PT, and I was watching some gameplay. I'm like, fuck that. That looks terrifying. Because apparently, you keep like going. You're like trapped in a dream kind of a thing.
Okay.
But like the more and more you keep going back into the same hallway kind of situation, there's just fucking shit that keeps appearing more and more. And then a lot of times it's like just dead silent. And I'm like, I'm not about that shit. Like I like scary stuff, but like, and that's where my thing is. Like, I don't like jump scares a lot, but I like the creepiness and like I'm not into like gore.
Yeah.
Because like with American Horror Story, I don't know if we talked about this last week, but there's some good stuff in that show. But like, for example, Hotel, that's just like, it's just trying to be like that shock factor where it's like, look at all this blood and sex. Like,
yeah, I hate that show. The writing's corny for me. Like it's over the top. Yeah,
it's funny because I watched Glee growing up because I was in show choir and stuff, so I checked it out. It was really cringy and bad, but it's the same guy who does American Horror Story. And you can tell there's a lot of shots, like Glee likes shots, and I'm like, this is weird.
Yeah, it's I don't know what it is about it, but the way it's shot, like the writing, it's bad. That Lady Gaga Hotel,
Hotel sucked.
That was bad.
Yep, I couldn't finish it.
Like when the Schmidt from New Girl, he was in the first episode.
Yeah,
that was the last thing I could ever watch. I was like, this is just bad.
Yeah.
So
because then he get like destroyed somehow or something like that.
He got fucked in the ass with a.
That's right. That's what it was.
Yeah. So that's
the shit. I just like, why? Like,
what's that horror movie? They just did a remake maybe 5 years ago where it's like in like a cabin or a forest area, and I don't think it's Cabin in the Woods. I don't know, but this girl gets raped by a tree. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
So, yeah, it's like this scene
where.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I have to look it up. I want to say it's Cabin in the Woods, but it might not be. But yeah,
I don't remember because I love Cabin in the Woods.
Okay, so
that's a good
it's
film.
something else.
You probably remember that.
Yeah. She like.
I would think so.
Yeah, it's a horror movie, and like she runs out and gets tripped up as you do in horror movies, and you're running away from something, and she falls, and then you see like the roots start like going towards her, and they like wrap around her leg, and then go up her legs. It's just like, what am I watching right now?
Look it up. You might find some weird shit while looking it up. Google
movie where girl gets raped by a tree.
And clear your history.
The Evil Dead.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Well, that's at least what popped up initially.
I think, yeah.
The Evil Dead. Is that like, is the cover like a red?
It's in that person
poster,
like reaching. Yeah. You're talking about.
No, I haven't seen it, but I remember when that came out.
Yeah, and there was a new one in 2013, so that's what I'm thinking of.
Usually all the remakes suck.
They do.
Which sucks.
Usually, yeah, because
that's a waste of time and money.
Yeah, especially because like part of the like, I don't know about shock factor or whatever, but of the initial one is because they were older and everything was looked at more realistic back then because there wasn't like CG and stuff like that. Like when I was watching Night of the Living Dead. It's like there's no shots in that looking at it now that's like super fantastic, because everyone, like all the zombies are just normal people in makeup. It's very clear about that. All they're doing is walking slow. But look at it 50 years ago or however long, it's like, oh, that I can see how that'd be scary, because these people are like, eating other people.
Right. That's nuts. So
yeah, I don't know why, but we watched The Blob in 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
wait, what?
Yeah, I don't know. We watched
school?
it. Yeah, and I remember there were kids that had to like leave the room, or like they didn't want to watch because it was scary.
But you needed to sign off for Goosebumps?
Right, yeah. The school, I tell you. But yeah, it is like the least scary. It's literally just an amorphous blob that just rolls over things and grows, and it kind of came down from a meteor. But like you said, back then it was like, oh my god, what if that happened?
It's crazy though, because like a business standpoint for horror films, like Blumhouse, that's what I'm thinking about. Their business model is great. They fund everything for cheap, and then they make a fuck ton of money off it. And then they have a lot of ones that are not good, and there's some that are bangers, which is good for them. But like, for example, like the James Wan, what did he do? The Conjuring series, I think so. But that series, like they had like really low budgets, and then they ended up making like quadruple the amount of that in like the first week or two, which is nuts to me.
Well, it's because horror movies, they have like a short but bright like lifespan.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when they get released, they get a ton of like publicity and notoriety and all that, and like a lot of people go to see it, especially if it's like around the Halloween time. And then after that, like unless it's a classic, after a month of it, people don't talk about it anymore. So it's like that's why they can kind of fund it for cheap, because they know it's not gonna like have a long lifespan, but people are gonna go see it.
There hasn't been like a Halloween movie, I guess, this year, like in theaters currently. What do you think? The one movie,
you mean like Michael Myers,
like not Halloween, but like just like a horror
like
film.
Scary,
Well,
sorry. I mean, It Chapter 2
that came out in September.
Yeah, but
it's kind of.
I mean, that's as close as you're gonna get. Really.
Because I think last year they had Halloween came out.
They did.
Yeah. Have you guys seen that?
Nothing
it's
new.
okay.
I saw the like original.
Yeah, I've seen the original one, and I've seen somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. There are like a couple of movies on that list that I need to watch, like Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I bought that. It was like $5, and I still haven't watched it. But I heard it's really good because like it has like a big cult following.
Yeah.
But I like films like that, and I want to check out more just horror films in general, because there's a lot of good ones that are just kind of like under the radar, like that Trick or Treat movie that I was talking about. I love that movie.
I've been talking about Trick or Treat for like,
it's so good, dude. Have you seen it?
The first one or the original?
Yeah, or the one that came out like 9 years ago, whatever.
I think
it's like
it's one with the pumpkin, like the
little pumpkin kid.
Pumpkin kid, yeah, yes, I've seen that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
I did. I had a project in college for a film class where I had to just like I was doing like a supercut of like horror movies, and it sucked because I hate horror movies. But I had a friend in college who like loves horror movies, so I was just like talking to him. I'm like, hey, just give me your collection, and I'll sit down one weekend and just watch all of them. That was the worst time because like I'm sitting there, I'm like watching, I'm like, oh, I hate this, but I need to watch it.
Just have mute on the whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that movie. I don't know, it's grown on me a lot. Like, 'cause I remember watching, I was like, oh, it's okay, because it's just like it's really like quick, like anthology. Like they have like little stories throughout the whole entire thing, which you don't see it quite a bit.
Not in movies.
Yeah. And it was very original. Just everything about it I really liked, because it drew like inspiration from other things, but it all tied together at the very end when they killed that. You know what I'm talking about?
In Trick or Treat,
yeah. When they killed like that guy at the very, very
spoiler.
Yeah. But like they just all tie together. I don't like that shit. But it's really good, and I think it's one of those movies where that too has like a bigger cult following now, which they even had a Trick or Treat house at Universal Horror Nights last year, which was pretty lit. I didn't go, but I watched the POVs of it, so I just watched all the houses. Plus, I'm a little scaredy bitch, and I used to work for a haunted house, but I can't go through them, and that whole entire event is just a bunch of haunted houses and stuff.
I've never been scared at a haunted house. I used to go to them all the time, like especially in high school. But I was one of those people that's like, I couldn't get into it because I know everything's fake. Yeah. Like I know the people there with like the chainsaws. I know there's no chain on it. I know they're not allowed to actually do anything. So it's like when they come running at me, I just kind of stand there and be like, what's up? And then it's like, so like there were a couple times where I did jump because I wasn't expecting someone to run around the corner or something like that. But yeah, other than that, it's like they never really grabbed me.
Well, I'm like somewhat claustrophobic, so like when I'm like in a tight area and people are yelling at me the whole time, I'm like, I don't like this. This is like Disney.
Yeah. We went to one. It was in Rock Island. It was at like an old Masonic temple in Rock Island.
Yeah.
That was actually really good. They did like a lot of things where it was more like subtle. Like there was one room where you went in and there was a bunch of like fake people and real people in this like theater, and you walked like in front of the screen, and then they had baby face masks on, so you couldn't really tell, and it was dark in there. And then like some of them you'd walk by and then they'd like move or like whatever, and then we got out of the room. And then one like is sitting around the corner behind you, and then they follow you, and then they don't say anything, and they just have like a knife behind you, and you turn around, he's like right there.
Yeah.
So you know, stuff like that was pretty scary. But I'm kind of the same way. It's like you're just clearly a 20-year-old just in zombie face paint or whatever. So.
See, I know that, but then I'm like, little bitch mode. See, that's why I haven't gone in forever.
That's the perfect place to actually kill someone if you think about it, because all these people are not expecting, or they're expecting it but not expecting it. Yeah. It's like you can just go in there and stab someone and be like, ha ha ha,
it's a joke, and then run away.
Yeah. That always crosses my mind too. Like, if you really wanted to kill somebody, there you go.
The place. Not hyping it.
And then everybody be like, that's got to be just part of the thing, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I was in this one time with a group of people, and this one girl who was like terrified of like clowns.
Yeah.
She got, I don't remember what house it was, but yeah, they like pick one person out of each group and separate them for like half the house.
Oh. Yeah.
And she's the one that got grabbed, and it was by this person who was dressed up like a clown. Oh. And they just like shut the door between us, and we just hear her just freaking out, just screaming, and the rest of us are like, all right, guess we'll go on now. Like, we're never gonna see her again.
That's fucked.
Well, there are those houses where you sign like a waiver.
Oh, fuck that.
And you have to go through and they like torture you pretty much and like grab you. And,
I wouldn't do that because
I'm good.
Who signs up for that? That's ridiculous.
Freaks. Yeah. They're also expensive to go to.
Yeah.
You pay like $20, $25
you pay to get abused mentally.
Yeah. Some people are into that.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I always just went to the ones where it's like, oh, bring a can of food for like the homeless shelter. And that's how you get in. It's like, cool.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I haven't been to one in a long time.
Yeah, I had my nephew ask me. He's like, "You should go to a haunted house with us." I'm like, I'm good. It ain't easy. So I think we're getting close. Actually, we got an hour left. So, we might have some videos coming out this week. Yeah, maybe so.
Like Halloween ones?
Yeah,
maybe.
We'll see. We'll see
what we have in our
if
library.
Not, we'll release something. So, yeah, thanks for coming down, Tom.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was fun. Nice little talk about Halloweens. Halloweens. Don't know what that is. Halloweens. Yeah, that's all I can really talk about Halloween. What about you, Gavin? Do you have anything going on in your life before we head out?
I don't think so.
Nothing?
Not really.
Yeah, we need to actually talk about Borderlands at some point.
Yeah.
Why didn't we not talk about that now? We've all played it.
I know. There is a Halloween event right now. I want to jump into that. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, that one does have. Yeah, they just started that with Borderlands 3, like the event thing.
Yeah, it started on Thursday. So,
yeah,
right. We might have to do that this week.
Yeah, let me know.
We'll talk about it maybe next week. And also, Luigi's Mansion 3 comes out this week.
Keep forgetting about that.
We might do a Let's Play.
It'll be after Halloween, obviously.
Which sucks, but it'll still be fun.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
we'll try it.
Nintendo games are always a good time for a Let's Play. So, perfect. Well, almost there. We will talk to you guys next week. My name's Justin.
I'm Gavin.
And I'm Tom.
See you guys.